Hi everyone, it's Tuesday, the 8th of July, and I've got, four meetings, just going to highlight a bit, and you can watch them all one way or another, if you're willing to pay a little in one case, but all of them have a live stream, and some of them are domestic and some of them are international. Start with Wednesday, which is tomorrow, the 9th of July. Got the Cork City Sports, or Cork City Games. It's on European Athletics YouTube channel and also Cork City Sports YouTube channel, I think. The main middle distance and distance action is sort of 7:30 to 9 o'clock. The women's 800 has Hannah Seagrave, who's the only sub-2 athlete in that. The women's 3000 has 10 who have run sub-9. Most intriguingly, Megan Keith is on the entry list there. The 800 has a bunch of 144 to 146 guys like Henry Jonas and Thomas Randolph. The mile has the likes of Joe Wigfield, Matt Ramsden, that's the Australian Matt Ramsden, James Gormley. I think the fastest is Ronan McMahon, who's 3:51 miler. And then the 3000 looks pretty good with like the Wheeler brothers, Henry McCluskey, Stewie McSwain from Australia and Nick Griggs from Ireland. So always a local sort of star over in Ireland. So that's the Cork City Games. And that's always twinned in a week with the Moreton Games, which is a couple of days later on Friday. Again, that's on European Athletics YouTube channel and also the Moreton Games 2025 YouTube channel. Between 8 and 9 are the main distance events that we'd perhaps be interested in. Women's 800 again has Hannah Seagrave coming back. Men's 800, Piers Copeland and others. 5000, Ephraim G'day. The 1500 women and the mile for men, I've not seen a start list yet for those. It's not promoted on the Moreton Games website, or it wasn't when I did the research last night. But you might want to check that out if you're really interested. But I'm sure there'll be good fields and worth a watch. So that's the Moreton Games on Friday. And a bit of a clash in viewing with the Monaco Diamond League, which takes place also on Friday evening. Check it out, all the start lists on the Diamond League website. Unfortunately, it seems the BBC have been taken over by tennis, and therefore we can only watch the Diamond Leagues at the moment on the BBC iPlayer and the BBC Sports website, which is a shame because if anyone saw the Prefontaine Classic last week from Eugene on Saturday, there was some incredible races, but only those who happen to be in the know and be able to find it on the iPlayer, etc., probably got to watch it. It wasn't on BBC 2, 3, 1, or even the red button. So, yeah, look out for the Monaco Diamond League, because I think the men's 800 is one of the deepest fields of the season so far. It got, I think, 5 runners who have done 141. That's Arop, Hoppel, Sajati, Tual and Wanyonyi all in there. Josh Howe's in there, who's done 142. Max Bergin's the only Brit in there. But what a field the men's 800 is. And if they really go for it and get a clean run, who knows what they can run in Monaco. That's probably the highlight race, although the men's 5,000 has plenty of sub-13 runners, including Kajelcha, who's run 12:38. And if you remember back in Oslo not long ago, he was really going for it and then just died a bit towards the end there. But it's got Almagren, who set the 12:44 European 5,000 metre record in Stockholm. It's got Bikili in there, Gebruet, Jimmy Gressier's in there, Crops in there, all well inside full 13 minutes in there. So the men's 5,000, another one to look out for. Women don't have an 8 or a 15, but they have 1,000 metres. So there's Jess Howell, Jamariki, Addie Wiley from the States is in there. Bit of a strange one, but 1,000 metres in there. The women's 400 would have been a Femke Bol domination show, but Delilah Muhammad, as we saw in the Grand Slam track, is on a bit of a comeback to the highest quality, so she'll be in that against her. Men's 3000 steeplechase has no sub-8 runners in there, but one or two will be really going for that. And the women's 100 has Julian Alfred, the Olympic champion, in there. So that's the international flavour to this week's preview. And then on Vinco Sport and Runner Space, starting at 5:30 on Saturday, is the British Miners Club Grand Prix, which is men's 800, Ben Gardner, Carl Langford, Reece Charmanuel, probably the favourite. Women, Izzy Boffey, Catriona Bissett from Australia, Shakira King in that. 1500, Tom Dodd, James McMurray, James West. Cameron Boyack, I notice, is on a bit of a charge back to his best form. Callum Elson and plenty of others in there. Sarah Calvert's the fastest 1500 metre runner on the women's side. Men's 3000, Jacob Can, Harry Wakefield, who got so close to the over 35 British record the other week at Loughborough, Rory Leonard and others in there. Sarah Astin goes in the women's 3000, and the men's 3000 steeplechase has a bunch around 9 minutes in that. The women's 3000 steeplechase, perhaps not quite top quality, but a very competitive field going in that. So that's on Vinco and Runner Space. And finally, across Friday and Saturday are the English Schools Championships. So look out for that, with those of you interested at the Birmingham Alexander Stadium, going on Friday and Saturday. So yeah, that's what I've got this week. Plenty of action to watch, and hope you all have a good week.